Hello everybody and welcome. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and assembly video of the Eskute and the Netuno. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, now that we have the bike out of our box, it's going to come with a few things. So obviously we have the bike itself, and then down here you're going to have your two pedals, you'll have your installation guide and product manual, your charging cable, and your toolkit for the bike assembly. So next we're going to be putting the front wheel on. So one good advantage of this bike, it's actually about 80% assembled right out of the box, so the assembly is quite quick. So first we're going to take the covers here off the front wheel. So all we're doing here, we're going to loosen these nuts, and then it should just fall right out once we lift it up, just like that. So next we're going to put the front wheel on. I suggest that you lift here from the inside just because it can be a little bit difficult. And then you want to make sure that the brake goes into the caliper here in the middle. Should be good. So next we're going to be putting on the quick release. So just make sure before you take the cap off that you have a spring on both sides like this. All right, so this part is quite simple. We're just going to slide the quick release inside and then hold it on one end just so it doesn't move. So one problem people have when they're putting the quick release on, they'll actually make the cap too tight, so you can actually test as you're tightening it down. About like that should be perfect. So next we're going to be putting on the handlebar. So in your toolkit you'll have a couple different Allen wrenches. First we're just going to loosen this up and it should come right out. So to put the handlebars on is quite simple. If you feel like the handlebars won't go down all the way, there's two screws down here on the bottom. You can use the Allen wrench from your toolkit to loosen those up. So here it should be in place. Putting your handlebars on, you want to have them lined up here with the front wheel before you put your last screw in. So here should be about perfect. So before we put our last screw in, make sure to take it out of this protective cap. This is actually just used for shipping. So we'll put our screw back in here and we'll use our same Allen wrench from our toolkit and just tighten this down and your handlebars will be good to go. So after our handlebars are on, remember we have these two screws on the bottom. So we're going to take that same Allen wrench again and tighten up both sides. And just like that should be totally fine. So next we're going to adjust our handlebars. So first we'll make sure the screws here are loose. There'll be 4. And then the first step is you want to make sure that your handlebars are in the middle. You can see there's grating here, so just make sure that's in the middle here. Then whatever angle you want to set your handlebars to, you can adjust it by rotating it back and forth. And then once you found the angle that you like, we'll take our Allen wrench and we'll start putting these screws back in. Make sure to just hold it firmly in place. After you have everything screwed down tightly, you want to make sure that your handlebars aren't going to move. So we'll make sure these are all in tight. And then we'll check. So next we're going to put our light on. So first we're going to take our Allen wrench and loosen the screw up here and take it out. Here with the screw. Put it in with our hand first. Just make sure that the light is on tight and then adjust it here so it's centered, and that'll be good. So now we're going to connect our light on the 2 ports. You should see there's arrows here. Make sure those are in line with each other. Put it together and it's ready to go. So now we're going to put our pedals on. On both pedals you'll have a right and a left sticker, just so you know which side. So first we're going to put our right pedal on. We're just going to screw it tight. So next we're going to use our Allen wrench. Make sure to hold it. So now we're going to put our left pedal on. This is going to go counterclockwise, so make sure go the right way. All right, so now we're going to tighten our pedal with our Allen wrench. Make sure to hold this in place. There you go. As long as it's nice and tight, that should be fine. So next we're going to adjust our seat. So you can actually select the height as you desire, but there's a safety line here. As long as you don't exceed this height, everything else should be fine. And then you'll just tighten the bolt here and it's good. So next we're going to first take off the keys. These are going to be for your battery lock, which we'll get to in just a minute. So you have 2 sets of keys here. So first I'm going to show you, by doing this, we can unlock the battery. You can actually be taken out. We'll put that back in for now and lock it back up. So here on top of the battery, if you hold down the power button, you can see the 3 green lights mean that your battery is full. The red light on the right is you don't need to worry about that. So this is the switch to turn on the battery. So the line will leave the battery in the on position and the circle here will be the off position. Next, to turn the bike on, we'll hold in our power switch here and we'll see the display on the handlebars illuminate, and that lets us know that the bike is turned on. So next we're going to go over a bit of some of the button functionality. So if you press the power button once, that will turn on the light, as you can see here on the display. And then for the arrow up and arrow down, this will allow you to change the pedal assist function. And then lastly here will be your bell. So here I'll show you how to change gears. As we press the top button, we can go from 7th gear down to 1. The lower the number, the actual easier it will be to pedal. So if you're going uphill, you can shift the number down. And then to move back up gears, we'll press the bottom button. So the charging is quite simple. You just need to find the charging port here on the left side of the bike and plug it in. And then you'll see down here on the power supply, red means it's charging, green means it's fully charged. So now that our bike is fully assembled, we're just going to do a couple last checks to make sure everything's assembled. So we want to make sure all of our cables are plugged in correctly, all of our screws are tight. We want to make sure our brakes are working like normal. We want to make sure the seat is also firmly in place. And last but not least, the throttle here, this is only available in America, the electronic version. But other than that, everything should be good. So lastly, we're going to test our throttle. So thanks again for coming to watch our video today. And remember, always drive safe, wear your helmet, and enjoy your ride.